As you can see, there are giants walking on the earth. I would be one of them. I am an electromagnetic field. I might as well be a fascia, a Tesla tower. I might as well be God. I am a direct energy weapon because I am a giant who walks the earth in this electromagnetic field, and I know I am all that I am. And that's all there is. Everything else, that's moot. Be it. Be here now. Own it. It is you. You are all that is. Know that. Welcome to the Matrix. Let's connect some dots, shall we? I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. In the moment, I'll stand in my truth. I hope you will do the same. And I'm fading in and out like a ghost. Welcome to the Matrix. Now I'm going to show you something real quick. I'm going to do a 360. And the purpose of this is to show you how quickly things can change. Now, it wasn't even an hour ago. The sun came up. The sky was blue. It looked like another beautiful, glorious day in paradise. But over right where I'm showing you now, we saw a black line. And if you look at the shed, that black line was not far above that shed. And I want to show you what it looks like now. And I'm not even talking in an hour. We were watching this occur in a matter of minutes. And the wind was moving one direction. It was moving east to west. And then it moved west to east. Like being in some vortex. It's really an amazing. Oh, look at the house. The vinyl siding melted during the fire. But this is all a part of it. This is what we're living with. The only thing that we can actually control is our perspective, point of view, our perceptions. Being in the now, being in the Tao. Know that. It'll make your life a little better if you trust what I just said. Hey there. Good morning. Happy day. What a beautiful day to be alive. The Matrix is in motion. Ha ha ha. As always, Cartoon City. It's happening. And today, we're going to have a ceremonial fire. Yeah, that's what's going to happen next. Because, the barn burned down a few weeks ago. Some may have seen that. I did post it. And, it's, they said it's going to be 60-something today, and it was below zero the other day. Now, I watched the sun come up this morning, and it was glorious. It was beautiful. Poetic, quite frankly. But then, I looked over, and I just put that on another video. So, that's on the other video. I explained how we watched this little thread of clouds. Now, I'm not talking very much time. This all happened quickly. It was like being in the eye of the storm, like being in the middle of a hurricane or something. And it's amazing how quickly these applications work. Jeff doesn't know where the fucking hose is. And we only have one hose left after the fire. He's been looking for it because we're going to have a ceremonial fire today. A total cartoon. We're going to be working on burning remnants. We've already been clearing metal, doing the recycling. It's a pretty cool cartoon in action. Hey man, I can't make this shit up. This is life. This is real time action, adventure, suspense, mystery. It's just a story in action. So we're going to have some cartoons today. I'm going to keep an eye on this because these are good cartoons. We are going to rise the phoenix out of the ashes. We're going to torch this puppy up. It's going to look like a Roman candle. And then we're going to do, I don't know, maybe we'll move a little mud, from the flood. And we'll look at this plainly and watch energy move. And energy is everything. And it's all sound. Sound, wave, energy. That is what we're living in. We're electromagnetic fields. And we're just here in electromagnetic energy. And how you ground yourself is up to you. I would say I just turned around to face the sun, but no, the sun is now gone. And it wasn't an hour ago that the skies were blue and the sun was out, and it was glorious. This is why I note timing is everything. If you don't experience in the moment, you're bound to miss it. It happens like that. Be prepared. Your life is in front of you. Face it. Think about it. Jeff's back there in the smoke. You know, he's igniting it from the backside. So I asked him, why are you igniting it from the backside when the wind is coming from the direction I'm facing? Well, actually, it's coming from behind me. No, me, I'm just not one of those Eagle Scouts that was going for the mare badger and would rub sticks together in the woods. I live in these times. Now me, I just grabbed myself a, I don't know, maybe a cup or two of gasoline or some other accelerant that was handy. And I would just go right up about here. And right there, I'd throw some gasoline because this backside is wide open. This backside has the wind coming right at it. And on the other side, see, I built this thing. Well, John and I both, but he started it, I finished it. And I know how to build a tent around a torque. Ah, see, Jeff, look at, you see, he's listening. He's hearing me. Oh man, I'm down. Okay. Okay, here. Jeff's gonna be the cameraman. Keep your finger out of the lens. I'm gonna get this party started. We're gonna rage this puppy and find the Phoenix. It's Phoenician. We're gonna do a direct energy weapon right about here and right now. This puppy's gonna go up like a Roman candle.
Hoo-ha.
I gotta find a piece of paper I'm gonna throw in there. So we gotta do that.
Save the lid.
Oh, I got the lid. All right, we're doing Saturday morning cartoons. You better watch yourself, girlfriend. You could light up. You got too much fur. Let's get some paper. Paper. All right. We got some Aldi. That ain't gonna work. I think this will work. I am ready. Let the games begin. Come on, Aldi. Come on. What are you joking? Are you kidding me?
Hello, Emma. He's playing with fire. Yeah. Look at him go. What do you think of that, huh, Emma? Here we go.
Let the games begin. All right, I'm going to take my camera back from Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Let's get this party started. No horsing around. It's Chinese New Year. Welcome to another cartoon. It's actually Chinese New Year's is Tuesday, but they're already pushing the rain. And right now, this needs to happen. This is ceremonial. Come on, wind. Kick those puppies in. Let's watch this puppy go up. Yeah, that's a good idea. Another stimulant. Jeff's an old school master. You know, this puppy, and I'm not talking about the dog behind him, I'm talking about the dog in front of me, this puppy. He grew up in Vegas. All right.
Yes, Las Vegas.
He grew up in Las Vegas.
Sin City. I raised a fucking Mormon that don't smoke, gamble, or drink, so it was a big paradox, that's for sure.
Tell us about that. This is a Saturday morning cartoon, Jeff, so animate yourself. This is all about having some fun.
Okay. The fun I had with Vegas was like, we'd go down, me and my friends would go down to Circus and sneak in and play tennis on their tennis courts. This is good Mormon fun, right? Or we'd go to the swimming pool at Circus, where one of my friend's sister was a lifeguard, and we'd go in there and swim.
What kind of swimsuit did your friend's sister wear as a lifeguard?
Well, I don't really remember.
Oh, man, you weren't paying attention to that shit?
I'm sure it was a skin, you know, it was a two-piece. It wasn't like a one-piece covering everything. Yeah. Or we'd play, yeah, so having fun in Vegas, you know, as a Mormon, we'd go out in the desert we'd go to the beer halls and collect all the beer bottles out of the trash cans, take them out in the desert, and they had those cactuses growing up. We'd line them all up and we'd get our 22s out and go across the way and target practice on the bottles on the cactus. And that was our fun.
What a delightful tale.
So anyway.
There he was in Sin City. Sex was the furthest thing from his mind, being a good Mormon boy. They went out and collected golf balls.
Yeah, I used to spend hours in the desert there. I went to Western High School. For those of you who are familiar enough with Vegas to know where Western High School is. And I played 4 years of high school football. 2 of them, though, were in Green River, Wyoming, which is where I lived for my freshman and sophomore year. Then junior and senior year, we moved back to Vegas, and that's where I graduated from high school, from Western High School. Yep.
All right, man. Well, our fire attempt has failed. Initially. We're going to recreate, and we'll get back to you. Trust me on this. All right, the wind has now shifted in our favor. Jeff has now just dug a bucket of hot coals right out of the tailor. He's doing some kind of prep work. He's a mysterious and magical man. He has his own ideas about resourcing, and he works that shit. Trust me when I tell you. This guy's my hero. I love this guy. He's amazing. So we're still watching the evolvement of the backside. Jeff's got a bar. And look at him go. We've been moving the movement around here. All this wood. Oh man. We spent a couple days collecting this pile. A couple of days collecting the metal and running it to recycle. It has certainly been a process. No doubt. All right, here we go. Just coming up with some bar chain oil because that's a good slow like honey. Helps as an accelerant. And now we have 2 ignition points from the east and the west. And Jeff is doing the dribble.
I don't even know if this shit will burn us.
We're gonna find out. Sure is goo. Look at that. That's some serious goo. It is. It's exhilarating. Just got to get that shit excited. 5-gallon bucket of goo. Looks like mud. Are we doing a mud flood? Are we gonna put some direct energy weapons in action? I don't know. But we have a perfect moment in time because there's no wind. It's been windy for an hour ever since they pushed this cloud cover in. And right here in this moment, there is no wind. Isn't that something? And we're gonna get this party started. That puppy is not gonna go out now. Let the games begin. Happy Chinese New Year. Although it's 2 days away, we're gonna go ahead and celebrate it now while we have this window of opportunity to do so. Welcome to the Matrix, folks. It's all cartoons. It's just a perspective point of view. How do you see it? All right, I'm back. We've done a little restaging. We're gonna see if this will get it kicking up. Through some debris. See if we can get a few more accelerants in there and working. We'll see soon. I'll report back. All right. We're getting more accelerants. And there it goes. The paper passed. The torched and scorched memories that lived in boxes up in the loft. Now, the energy is being transformed into smoke and ash. It's the way it is. Energy just moves. Energy never dies. Energy never leaves. Energy is. And we are energy. We are electromagnetic energy. And it's all vibration. Sound vibration. That's how the whole world goes around. In sound, vibration, and waves. Dial into that frequency and see what happens. You'll be amazed. All right. Jeff collected a bunch of barrels yesterday and he's dumping them. More accelerants. This puppy is getting started. I'm gonna just keep shooting it in clips because we're gonna be here for a while.
Speaking of the Phoenix, have you ever studied the history of what's called the Phoenicians? Have you ever? Well, they used to inhabit what's currently called the country of Lebanon. And what they're finding, and they just had like a little sliver of land, and so the Phoenicians are actually the controllers because many times they would leave on their ships when a country was coming to invade them, and they take their women and their wealth out on the ships because they had a really powerful navy and nobody dared attack the navy. So they kept doing this. They'd go in and they'd infiltrate all the different countries in the Mediterranean. They became the international bankers. They're the actual controllers. Is the ancestry of the Phoenicians. So the phoenix shall rise from the dust. But the Phoenicians are the ones that conquered the Tartarian Empire. They're the ones that suppressed all of this free energy stuff. It's crazy. But if you go to Flat Earth British, that's the latest and the greatest of who the controllers really are. He just posted it. And today he's going to be on a three-way with Globebusters and a channel called UAP. Today's the day, man. We're burning here in the heartland. The fire is strong. I heard Mr. Cayce doing his Saturday morning cartoons.
Hey, you're in. You're on. Anything you say is now being recorded.
Uh-oh.
And it's not just by Google or Facebook. I'm recording you as well.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And I'm dangerous. I tell the truth.
So anyway, peace out.
There he goes.
The Phoenicians have been exposed.
You heard it live, folks. You heard it right from the doctor's mouth. It's all about the Phoenicians. We thought it was the Tartarian. Phoenicians controlled the Tartarian. Let's look at some real history. Why don't we? See what we can actually learn. It's a concept that most people won't capture, but I invite you to consider. It's worth the token. It's quite a ride.
So the Phoenicians, what they were known for the most was their along the seacoast where they lived in Lebanon. There was these mollusks that had a purple color in their flesh, and so they would process this and create.
And mollusks are a sea creature.
Yeah, like a little thing. You go to the Chinese restaurant and eat mollusks or whatever. It's like a clam, I guess. But anyway, it had it had purple dye, and so this purple dye was what became the color of royalty. Was purple. So as they would trade with all these countries, everybody, all the kings wanted this royal purple. So that's how they infiltrated. They would trade this purple thing, this purple dye, so people could walk around in their purple robes, all the royalty. So
now here it is. 2/3/19, Super Bowl Sunday. But we're going to celebrate Chinese New Year's instead, even though it's a couple days early. We're living in a really amazing cartoon, whether you realize it or not. We have completely been bamboozled. And so you might as well watch the world around you as pure entertainment, because it's all being produced as entertainment. Whether it's, news about the war or rumors of war, whether it's about, what the president is doing or the prime minister is doing, they're all just puppets. They're all just marionettes. It's just a big show. No different than the Super Bowl, pushing patriotism, nationalism, consumerism, materialism, protection, insurance, beer, phones, soda pop, and big, delicious, juicy burgers, pizza, and wings. Anything that can be an inducement and an endorsement that contributes to your distraction so that you do not pay attention to the here and now. You might miss a few cartoons. Give that some thought. The smoke is vortexing in. I got smoke in my eyes. Say all that again. Let's talk about the Phoenicians, how their navy ruled, and how they became the bankers and they controlled everything. Just repeat what you just said.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the Phoenician Navy, they were a trading company. I mean, they had these huge ships. They had warships and they had trading ships. And whenever they'd trade, they'd have warships that would go along to accompany them. So they learned the laws of the sea. They were the original, like, pirates, you know. But anyway, so that's how they got maritime law, because people would, competing countries would go in and invade their country, and they'd know they were coming, so they'd get on their boats, go out to sea with their women, children, and their wealth, and all their knowledge, and let them come in and burn their city, because they just had a little sliver of land called Lebanon nowadays. So they learned, then they do trading, and they become very wealthy because they ruled by maritime law. And so they basically infiltrated and disappeared into all the other cultures. And that's who the Phoenix. So they were the ones who actually destroyed the Tartarian Empire. And this is just going live today on Globebusters with Flat Earth British and UAP channel. Today's the day that the whole world's going to find out that our controllers are actually the remnants that have gone, supposedly disappeared, but they're really the controllers. So now we know who they are. They're shitting bricks.
Now Jeff is over here collecting fire hoses. Isn't that ironic? Now I stacked all those when I feng shuied the barn.
Yep, yeah, it is ironic, that's for sure.
Yeah. Coiled up fire hoses being torched in the barn fire. And they're going to burn just more fuel for the fire. And when I was out here collecting wood yesterday, I attempted to pull these puppies, but they were beyond my test load. I couldn't budge them. I moved a few, but the rest were kind of fused, so. My hero here is in action. Look at him go. Wow. The man of steel.
Oh, my daddy.
Yeah. This is a badass motherfucker, because he was motherfucked. And he can tell you stories about that.
My daddy had all 4 of his ball joints replaced before he died, just to make sure that he went out as a man of steel.
Yeah, ball joints. Hold that in your mindset for a concept. Some are glandular. Some are structural.
You heal the mechanism of all your anger, but you just got to keep fucking putting ball joints in the way so you don't have to feel it. That's his. Well, my dad was a good man.
Your dad was a piece of work just like you, face it.
I inherited it all.
Yeah, why don't you get some Jeff's glove?
Jeff's glove. Did I say that?
Yeah, man, he's out here working without gloves. Now that's some love right there, man. He's raw. Mr. Natural. Working this shit. The fire hoses are going down. All coiled up. Cocoon-like. Womb-like.
Snake of it all. Umbilical.
Yeah,
firemen with their hoses.
Yeah, firemen with their hoses. Let's run that comedy act right now. You know, the hose monsters, the big hose theory.
It's like boys with toys, you know.
Oh God, let's go.
They've got a deep memory of when they had this fire hose, I suppose, hooked at their navel.
Well, you know, I grew up in the era of muscle cars. There's a lot of different ideas about muscle cars and what that represents in a metaphor, in a psychological and emotional impact. Now, you know, why do guys need muscle cars? You know, so they can talk about their Hemis and their carburetors and their fuel injectors and their mufflers and their pipes.
I'll tell you why.
And their gas. Okay, you know, I think I've stimulated Dr. Buttons this morning to give me a point of view.
It's all mechanics.
It's all mechanics, okay.
Yes. Let's talk about the mechanics of the industrial mechanical age, spawned by the resistance to our first mechanical breathing mechanism inside our mom's tummy, and it's called the hiccup and the sneeze. So
hiccup and the sneeze.
That's the
burp and fart.
The four strokes of an engine for one cylinder is the intake. Blah, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Hiccup,
and the manifold. Now there's a position.
Hiccup, echo. So here's what people are playing with their muscle cars: is who can do the biggest
suck push.
Look at the navel. You got me, you goddamn motherfucker! Just go in the back seat and fuck. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Now you know the back seat.
Oh, you know, you gotta love the back seat. You know, when it comes to love, there's nothing like the back seat and a dashboard light.
Somebody's got to bend their knees. It just ain't gonna work otherwise.
Oh God, this is hilarious. Burn, well, baby, burn.
By the way, our knees were bent in the womb, so it, you know, fetal position.
We are a fetal position. We weren't in a fetal position, we are a fetal position, and most people will not accept the responsibility of how that coiled up, curled up, messed up, you know. We've been motherfucked from the beginning, right, Dr. Buttons?
That's right. The old motherfucking goddamn motherfuckers. You're either a goddamn motherfucker or a goddamn fucking mother, because it takes two to tango.
Now, you know,
we can't blame one or the other. But
you know, I
in
will
our
accept,
language, it's always oh man or oh boy. It's never oh girl or oh woman, because from the fetal perspective, the origin of the guttural language is shh. Is that a false alarm or the real thing? Am I about to get screwed? Or Mom just taking another pee? Let's wait and see.
Let's wait and see if Mom's about to pee. Well, I'll be the first to admit, you know, with all, you know, authenticity, I have and I am a motherfucker, and a badass one at that. Yeah, I've been there, I've done that, and I'll probably continue to do that, you know, just to keep the procreation going.
Well, you don't need it for procreation.
Okay, we're gonna shift the camera a bit because look what's happening now. We're getting a blaze on. Shit's kicking in. Burn, baby, burn! Shit's happening. This is some Sunday morning Super Bowl cartoons, and it's live and in action. And, you know, speaking of Super Bowl, I've got something I want to say about that. Why is it? Why is it? Really, since 9/11, over these last couple decades, the more they want to promote the war and patriotism and nationalism, it's the fucking Pat riots. It's those patriots. They're constantly in the Super Bowl. Think about it. How does that work? Is that some kind of contrived program that you're just not getting? Think about it. It's all programming, man. It's all programming. All of it. Nothing is real. It's a matrix. It is a cartoon. It is now. And it's always happening. Make no doubt about that. And let the games begin. Look at that puppy roar now. We got a Roman candle going. Today is the day. Today is when it all happens. The beginning of the end. And the end is now beginning. Now I'm going to show you, this just happened so fast, okay? Now here we are back at the fire, but look at the sky now. The sun's out. There's blue. How does that work, man? We have watched 4 weather channels in less than 2 hours. And do I think this is natural? No, I don't. Do you think weather is natural? I don't know. Do your own homework. See what you come up with. I know what I know. I trust what I trust. And there is only one truth. And that is my truth. That's the one I know. All the rest, story, white noise, rumor, mythology, history, contrived information, controlled manipulation, entertainment, and otherwise insignificant from my point of view. Jeff just found Homer and the Odyssey. How interesting.
So I'll read the first line that it came to me. Oh, woe is me, unto what mortal's land I am now come. Say, are they froward and wild and unjust, or hospitable and of God-fearing mind? Whither do I bear all this treasure? Yea, where am I wandering myself? Oh, that the treasure had remained with the Phoenicians, where it was. So had I come to some other of the mighty princes, who would have entreated me kindly and sent me on my way. But now I know that where to bestow these things, nor yet will I leave them here behind, lest haply other men make spoil of them. Oh, then, they are not wholly just or wise, the princes and counselors of the Phoenicians.
And here we are back to the Phoenicians.
Who carried me to a strange land.
It's going around and coming around. We're back to the Phoenicians.
They've been controlling us for a motherfucking
We're back
long
in
time.
the book of Homer. Right?
Homer and the Odyssey. That's
Homer and the Odyssey. There you go. Let's talk more Phoenicians. The cartoon continues. Because, man, it is hot where I am standing right now. All right, let's get up to speed. I've talked about a lot of things on this experience this morning. And I want you to note, look at the horizon over there and see the break. Okay? All of this is going to shift and change again, and we've watched this over just a couple hours. Now, what a lot of people don't seem to comprehend, appreciate, understand, or want to know because of indoctrination, conditioning, education, and other ideas. Beliefs being one of them. I simply know, understand, appreciate, and accept that I live on an earth, on a plane, and it is a controlled environment, top down, as waters from above as below. And if we were actually hurling, spinning through space, why would we ever see the same stars in the same sky every night in the stillness? Why would we be doing that? How can I see the stillness
You help me stack all that.
in the same skies every night? Now this is really getting down to it. This is getting interesting. This is a lot of books, a lot of literature, a lot of poetry, a lot of history. I feel like I'm at some eradication of history. It's happened before. The fires in Alexandria and all over the world were basically set with intent to destroy any knowledge or history of who we really are. So this is kind of metaphoric, symbolic, and graphic to me. This is the rising of the phoenix through the smoke and ash. Second, go ahead. We just, you know, Jeff's been out here pulling shit out of the rubble.
Anyway, it's a 3-ring binder. Military requirements for E3. And it's a Coast Guard Institute to be the category of an E3 in the Coast Guard. So Joe's first husband, I being her second ex-husband.
So
Study guide for E2.
Second X. Is that a drug you can take?
So
Second X. Okay, let's go back. You know, I'm just fucking
U.S.
with you.
Coast Guard Institute, Surface Operations Branch, Substation 18, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. This was printed in May 1983. He's had all of this shit in boxes for all these years. And the irony of it is he put it into a church, Mormon church priesthood manual, like the Aaronic priesthood. Upon you, my fellow servants, I bestow. When the Mormon Aaronic priesthood was restored, you can see Joseph Smith and Hiram, and he put it. This is like his. He covered all this up to store his training manual in. But that just shows that, you know, that's Joseph Smith and Hiram and Angel Moroni there under there somewhere. Well, there he is. There's Angel Moroni. Upon you, my fellow servants, in the name of the Messiah, I confer the priesthood of Aaron. And his son's name is Aaron.
There it is. Let that motherfucker burn.
Look at that manual. That's some fucking heavy duty. Let's see what's in here. Military shit. Okay, Navy ships. Electronic circuits for Navy ships. There you go. Navy ships. Electronic circuits. Wow. Distorted output. Any distortion in the output is usually obvious when the audio modulation is monitored. Now that's some fucking shit.
God, that is fucking hilarious. Now I've just been recording Jeff, and Jeff's got a lot to say, and I like Jeff. And so one of the things he brought up was maritime law. I want to pay attention for a moment to maritime law, because what he said is the truth. And if you don't understand it, all courts in our country, and really, frankly, throughout the world, are dictated, manipulated, controlled, and it is a contrived mechanism about maritime law. Now, why maritime law works is because it's a court on the high seas, and you can have mutiny on the Bounty, and you can manipulate and control all things with this simple knowing that you have no chance. If you go into a courtroom, any courtroom, and look behind the court setup, the flags there all have gold trim and gold tassels, and this represents maritime law. That's why everything is a ship, a courtship, a relationship. Go down the line and see how many words are used with dock, docket, bar, court, ship. Just look at it. It's insane how it's been derived. Really insane. And if you really want to know where you stand in a court room, you better study black law books. Because in the black law books is where all the maritime rules are. If you study that dictionary, you're going to learn by definition that every definition you ever learned in the Webster or any other dictionary you ever read is not the same language. Not at all. And like that fire, the sun is rising like a phoenix. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm just putting these little notes in. These are little tiblets, little tasters, thoughts of consideration. Do some homework. If you don't know how many ways you're being fucked, you might want to pay attention and see how this works. Because I'll guarantee you, I'll assure you, you are being fucked in so many ways that you'll never see it coming. It's now recording. Keep your fingers out of the lens.
I just was inside feeding the dogs, and of course we all know that Mr. WEEDU's favorite color is orange, so I thought this was such a good color coordinating experience here that I needed to just like capture the color coordination going on here. Let's get that really yellow part right there by his heart. It's like, there we go. Perfect. All right, give us a shot of the man here. Hoo-ah!
We're gonna rise like a phoenix from the ashes. We will rise. We will enterprise.
Can we get that heart's flame right there? Oh, there we go. Let me get the backdrop here.
Do not live in the past.
You are the flame.
Be here now. In the present.
All right.
This moment. That's all there is.
Moment in time.
That's all there is.
All right, thank you, Mr.
My hands
WEEDU.
are soiled. It's nice to have a cameraman once in a while. I appreciate it.